When Hervindo Crooks came to the door of a Sherman Street drug den last September, he skipped the formalities. Without saying hello to any of the 6 people in the home, he went straight toward Devon Malakosh Hayne Thomas, 24, of Brooklyn, New York, who had gone to the kitchen along with Gianu Priki Pinnock, 19, as soon as he realized who was there, according to testimony Friday. "He just went straight forward to Mila," said the tenant, 20-year-old Luis Valicillo. Pinnock and Thomas, members of the Playboy chapter of the Crips gang, are accused of murdering Crooks, 23, of Brooklyn, on September 2 at 70 North Sherman Street. Prosecutors allege the men took out Crooks, their drug supplier and a member of the GS9 Crip street gang, because he had cut off Pinnock, costing him the ability to sell drugs. During a preliminary hearing Friday, defense attorney Stephen Amjede argued prosecutors failed to make their case that Pinnock was involved in a conspiracy, calling the case riddled with assumptions and guesswork. Assistant District Attorney Anthony G. Ross III countered that prosecutors rarely get a statement proving a conspiracy, but that the facts of the case, including that a disagreement was brewing, showed there was collusion. Following the hearing, Magisterial District Judge Thomas Malloy forwarded all of Pinnock's charges: criminal homicide, conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with evidence, for trial. According to prosecutors, Crooks came to the area from New York as a cocaine supplier. As part of his venture, Crooks had alternating dealers rent a room at the Red Roof Inn in Plains Township to use as a location to sell cocaine, the affidavit says. Shortly before the shooting, Crooks refused to give Pinnock cocaine to sell for his week in the hotel, costing him the opportunity to earn money, prosecutors say. The afternoon of the shooting, Crooks told his mother he was going to collect $400 from Thomas at the North Sherman Street address, identified in court documents as a safe house for Crip street gang members dealing drugs in the area. Despite the conflict between the men, Valicillo described Crooks, who also went by Yardy, as being extremely calm as he asked Thomas for his drugs and money. Crooks was not armed, but Thomas responded by pulling out a pistol, he said. As soon as Crooks stopped talking, Thomas raised the weapon, he said. He chambered the gun and raised it right up to his face, Valicillo said. He chambered the round, pointed at him and said to Yardy, "Say I won't do it." With the gun pointed at him, Crooks got into a fight with Thomas that took both men to the ground, Wilkes-Barre Police Detective Charles Jensen testified. Witnesses reported Thomas fired one shot and Pinnock, who maneuvered to get a clean shot off, fired twice, he said. Afterward, Pinnock told a witness that "I need to get out of here because he had katakate," meaning body, Jensen said. The defendant and the people involved are Crip gang members, so Crips would not use the letter B, he said, explaining that the reason is because the letter is associated with their rivals, the Bloods. Witnesses cleaned up shell casings and a bullet, flushing them down a toilet, he said. A subsequent search of the sewer lines with a camera turned up 2 9mm shell casings and a bullet, he said. Police arrested Thomas in October at the Luzerne County Courthouse after he arrived to clear up an arrest warrant issued for him for failing to appear in a prior credit card fraud case. Pinnock left the state after the shooting and was captured by U.S. Marshals in Sunrise, Florida, in December. Both men are being held without bail pending trial.